My name is Max. I am 21 years old, and because I am newly unemployed and the world is ending, I decided to make a YouTube channel. I say it jokingly. But anyways, so I've split this video up into a few parts, and I say that I have no idea how to edit. So we'll see if that's just in my brain or on the screen. Probably on the screen. I'm posting this today. So the first question is, who am I? Why the fuck am I here? Who the fuck? What is this? Well, the first answer is, my name is Maxwell Rose. I am, like I said, I'm 21. I am lesbian. I'm very cute. I would call myself, if I was a millennial, I would call myself a certified loser. As a Gen Z person, autistic Riz? Is that what it is? No, because Riz means charisma. And I need to work on that. So what is this channel supposed to be? What the fuck is this? You know, like, who the fuck am I? Answer, what the fuck is this? The answer is pretty much anything I want it to be. Biggest thing that I want to do is I want to get into deep dives on my favorite things. So I want to talk about like Total Drama, Yellow Jackets, Hannibal, Severance, that kind of thing. Just all of these things, because I have very deep thoughts about them, and I've been making content about them on TikTok for quite a little bit now. I've gained almost 1,000 followers, but the biggest thing is I never really find myself able to say the full scope of what I want to because of the short form content, because it's not as necessarily structured as this video, and future videos hopefully will be. I also want to do some story times. I have lived quite a life, I'll say, and I think that while I don't need to tell you guys everything, some things are just meant for me and my therapist. I think that there are some funny stories. I've done stand-up in the past. I think one of the first story times I'll do is the first and only time I ever dated a cis man. That was a harrowing experience, and that's not me to say I hate all men, but hate him specifically. And lastly is the only kind of vlogging content I really want to get into is for my wedding, my upcoming wedding. I'm engaged to my best friend in the world, and we are throwing a wedding, and it's very dramatic, it's very big. And though the date has been put off slightly because of, you know, recent unemployment, I definitely want to get into it more. I want to record it so people I love who can't be there will be able to see it. Like my best friend in the entire world won't be able to be in the country when I'm getting married. So I would like for me to be able to send him videos about me finding my dress, stuff like that. As I mentioned earlier, there will be some story times. I've lived a very interesting life, like I said, but by interesting, I mean interesting in the terms of The Glass Castle and I'm Glad My Mom Died, the two memoirs I've related to most in my life. I think that they're very well written, and I kind of, reading those gave me a lot of hope. And like, I realized that a lot of the things that had happened to me, weren't like one-offs, weren't just things that happened to me, they weren't my fault, but also some things that just weren't right, and it hadn't clicked to me that what had happened wasn't right. And so I hope that any stories that I tell, if anyone watches them, if anyone had been through something like that, that they would get kind of comfort from that, like I had gotten comfort from those series. The last question is, why the fuck are we on YouTube? Why am I here? Why are you here? Question I asked you. The biggest reason I'm making this channel, the biggest reason I'm doing this now is not only because I feel like I'm not able to say everything I want to say on TikTok or other parts of the internet, but also because I think YouTube is a really great place to build a community. All of my favorite YouTubers, when I go into the comments, they're really deep and interesting comments talking about the things that my favorite YouTubers talking about. And so I definitely want to kind of build that community around these kind of things. And not only do I want to make a safe space for people to come and talk about the things I love and listen to the things that I feel about it, but I also want to hear different perspectives. And I think that YouTube is a better place to do that than almost anywhere else online for some reason. I'm not sure how algorithms work, but that's pretty much everything I wanted to get out of the way in this intro video. I'm really hoping that this works out. I don't have much else going for me right now, but this I can kind of keep up with no matter where I go. Life is really scary. I'm very afraid. I'm very, very afraid, but I also have so much hope. And I think that if I can document it and continue kind of trying to spread that hope, it will kind of keep me going as well. So if I make 1 million videos and I ever get 3 views, I'm making this for me, and I'm very excited to do so because this is the kind of content that I've been wanting forever, and so I finally get to make it. If you stayed this long, thank you. You know what? I completely understand battling for 5 minutes. And just thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope that everything goes well, and I will see you again soon. Stay tuned for my defense of Total Drama Pocket Tail Island characters.